Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the David C. Hutto radio show, broadcasting to you live here from Lakewood, Colorado, in our wonderful studios here. It is finally November. Yeah. Boy, I didn't see that coming, did you? It's November. It's November 4th, 2009. Approximately 17:10 hours if you're talking military time, or if you're just talking civilian time, it's 5:10 in the early evening there. Well, you know, we're a little less than a month and a half away from one of the biggest things that is going to affect us in this time in our lives. And I don't know if you people are really aware of what's going on. I don't know if you care, but we've been talking about it for months now on the show. And now it's been brought to my attention by one of our listeners and co-producers at DCH Films and Entertainment. It's called the Instrument of Repudiation. You heard me tout about it in one of the ads that I post on this show. That ad will only be on till December 14th. Okay? This is our peaceful and democratic way of blocking this legislation that they're trying to pass in Copenhagen on December 14th. See, our wonderful, loyal, great, whatever you want to call him, master of the universe, or president, as everybody seems to think him as, is planning to go and sell us down the river to the highest bidder on December 14th. Which, if this thing goes through, this Copenhagen agreement goes through, we are no longer a sovereign country, and neither is anybody else. We'll be all governed by this dictatorship, this one world government, and it's going to be a very, very, very dangerous time in American and world history. These people who are in control of this thing are maniacs. They're megalomaniacs. They're insane, every last one of them. And, they should not be in power of anything. Quite frankly, I also think that a lot of these vermin, I don't even trust these vermin with a potato launcher, let alone my own country. But, hey, so we're going to jump headlong into it. We got a lot of topics here to kind of go over. And the biggest thing we're going to worry about is the instrument of repudiation, and how we're going to actually stop this stuff from actually occurring. That's the thing. See, everybody goes, well, what are we going to do about it? We're just going to sit back and watch Sports Center and our soap operas, and how are we supposed to stop anything, right? Well, you see, that's the wrong attitude to have, because every single one of you who are a listener of mine, and right now I only see a couple of you up there, but every single one of you has the power to do something. Send somebody a mass emailing, say, point all your friends to this show. This show does re-air after it's done. If you actually look and read at the document, it's almost like a Declaration of Independence from Britain. It's kind of the same kind of thing. It basically says, no, we will not be governed by the New World Order. No, we will not pay your globalist taxes like the greenhouse gas tax. No, we will not be bullied around by dictators. That's what it basically says. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. I'm not going to let some jackass in Copenhagen tell me what I can and cannot do. Okay? I'm not going to let some idiot in Washington tell me what I can and cannot do when they're hypocrites and they do it themselves. Which, we're going to keep going into some more stuff here. But the instrument of repudiation, if you actually want to go and take a look at it, okay, it's posted on the KDCH 710 website. And probably what I'll do is I will post a thing on YouTube just of the advertisement by itself, so you can just go to the instrument of repudiation, sign it, and get it off there. Right now, I mean, it's got probably close to 30,000 signatures on it. Last time I remember, we were still the United States, right? Yeah, I think so, because if I wasn't, I have like 3 in my coconut right now for saying this, right? Yeah, that's right. We are still the United States of America. We are still one of the most prosperous countries in the world. We have a lot of debt, but you know what? I guarantee you, they push us too far, and a revolution starts in this country, or a civil war, or whatever I'm foreseeing coming down the pike. If they do sign this treaty, it's over, folks. You might as well pack your bags, but there's nowhere you can go. Talk about that little thing that I brought up earlier about our Second Amendment rights, which I think is totally unfair because, in the early 1900s, the 1920s, when machine guns first started coming out, it was legal for citizens to have them. There was a restriction on how much ammunition you could have in the machine gun. I think you could only have 50-round drums, and that was with the Thompson machine gun. The only reason why they changed it in the late 20s is because all the mafia guys started getting their hands on it and wasting people with it, and the government had to make a change that only civilians can use semi-automatic weapons. But back then it was pretty much equal. Everybody had the same kind of stuff. But you know what our government does today? They say, oh, well, we only allow you to have pistols and shotguns and deer hunting rifles, but we're going to take all the assault weapon stuff away from you because it'll hurt too many of us. Isn't that the idea of having an assault weapon, is to kill people with it? It's not something you go hunting elk with, you morons. The weapon was designed for one purpose, and that is to kill a human being with it. Okay? That's just pure and simple logic right there. That's why it's called assault weapon. Okay? That means attack weapon. That means you don't go and plug elk with the thing, or deer, or chickens, or whatever the hell you're going to shoot with it. Okay, let's just call it at that. But I say, why not us have these weapons? Why can't I own an MP5K, or a squad assault weapon, or a SPOS fully automatic shotgun? Why can't I own that stuff? Because the government's going to use it against me, and especially I'm getting really nervous now with how tyrannical they're getting. And how they're trying to impose every right we have, and they're about ready to sell us to the highest bidder of the New World Order. Doesn't that make you disgusted? I mean, give me a call here, 303-351-9515. Yeah, it's a controversial topic. Gun ownership, right? Yeah, that's going to make everybody really nervous. But you know what? I think we should be able to defend ourselves with the same equipment. Screw it. Let's just go crazy with it. They're going to get crazy with it. Why don't we all just have our little own red button on the desk? That'd be a classic Mexican standoff. Oh, I'm going to nuke you. No, I'm going to nuke you. I'm going to nuke you first. You pissed me off. Boom. I hit it. And then next thing you know, the entire world is vaporized. And no one cares anymore. Because we're all friggin' dead. Sorry, that was an extreme right-wing view of things, and I normally don't think that way, but I'm trying to make a comedy out of a comedy here. Because some people are that asinine that they would actually think that was a good idea. I mean, come on, man. Yeah, that was a good idea, alright. No, I'm saying I think we should be able to defend ourselves against vermin. And what do I classify as vermin? I'm classifying all you New World Order scum that are assigned to take out we, the people of the United States. That's what I call vermin. Yeah, they're going to have assault weapons, but what are we going to have? It's like the Polish charging the German military in World War II. They had cannons and horses. The Germans had panzers. It was not a fair fight. I think if I had it my way, everybody would be armed the same way. They got M16s, we should have M16s. If they got AK-47s, screw it, we should have them too. If they got Stinger missiles, screw it, we should have them as well. If they got Apache helicopters, if you got enough money that you can actually afford Apache helicopter fully armed and fueled, then you should be able to have one too. It's called the right to bear arms. I know that's an